Hey guys, this is Mirza from Siamese. So if you want to see me offend different nationalities, tell the interviewer to fuck off, and all different sorts of shenanigans, you should listen. All right, let's go. Siamese.
Hello and welcome to For Those About to Rock. My name is Aaron Olsacher and I'm sitting down with Mirza from Siamese. Hi, man.
Hello.
Yeah, you played a really great show. I have to congratulate you on that again.
Thank you.
It's really a pleasure to see you guys live. The genuine fun that you have. Does it matter if there are a lot of people, if there are less people, if the crowd is. Yeah, I mean, if the crowd is boring, it's boring, right?
Let's be honest, people. Right now with Siamese, we are playing pretty small crowds. So you just learn some stuff, and you learn some tricks, and you learn how to fucking deal with that shit. And you know what? I've been asked this question a lot of times, but it's all about letting loose and the energy you give to people. And sometimes they'll go, yes, okay, we can all relax. We're having a good time. This guy is going to deliver. He's not going to say something stupid.
Yeah.
Although I do that. But other times, people just close off and, well, then it's what it is. And happily, there was not a lot of people. But to answer your question, we prefer a lot of people, but we love the few.
Yeah, I mean, there is a certain thing about club gigs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't get the connection with, I don't know, 10,000 people or 2,000 people. Probably you get a ton of circle pits, wall of deaths, but yeah, not the real connection.
No, but because sometimes you might feel like, okay, I'm playing in front of a lot of people, but it's like hitting up a girl that's not really interested in you. I swear to God.
That's a cool comparison.
You're writing her a lot. You're like, are you guys out there? Are you into me? And they'd be like, maybe. But at a club, at this size club like the Viper Room, you can actually see everybody in their eye and watch their reaction, and that changes a show in a new way. So of course, sometimes we played big shows, and the reception has been massive, which has been great. But we've also played big shows where we came down afterwards and felt a little bit raped. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, fuck, they were not at all. And you know what? It's way worse disappointing, 1,000 people than disappointing 50.
Yeah.
So everything comes in a scale, but we're just happy that we do this. We're just happy that we happen to be on this fucking tour bus. We're just happy that we can do this, and everybody is in it, and everybody loves each other. Everybody in our band love each other, and that's the most important part when being in a band.
And I mean, the 50 people especially come for you guys, and the 1,000 people or 2,000 people at the festival are there. They're just there.
And that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played. That's the thing, right? I've played in small clubs where everybody knows your song. When 200 people know your song, and they're so close to you, that's just as overwhelming. Well, at least what I've tried. I'm probably sure that Ollie Sykes from Bring Me the Horizon might have a different opinion on this, because he's tried some fucking crazy stuff. But for me, where I'm at in my career, my stage, it's just wonderful. It makes me feel like people singing the songs that I've written down. It's special.
And it brings me to the actual story, probably for our listeners. It's a cool story, or probably a funny one. The story how we met. I was interviewing That by April back in 2017. You played at the arena, probably, and a lot of our Austrian listeners know that club. And you called me out. I was in the crowd, and you said, "Yeah."
I forgot about that.
The ginger in the back, come closer. So is it one of your tricks, and how do you get the audience to engage?
Fuck, man, that's a really that's a really
No, I
thin
didn't.
line,
I didn't want to embarrass you, man.
Sometimes, and I also tend to do a lot of homosexual jokes.
Yeah.
Like I always
touch the tip of my penis.
Yeah,
like
stuff
tonight.
like that. And I just go with the flow, and maybe I if this is a club show, I can see on people, okay, this guy he's not gonna take it too heavy if I just pull him out. It gives a connection sometimes, but I have to tell you, a couple of times it's not been pretty. It's been very ugly sometimes, but that's the risk I take to give people something extra. I don't know if it's a good idea. I still haven't figured it out.
No, I think you in that certain point you break like the barrier. That's really, really a good strategy to reach out. Yeah.
I think in my fucked up brain, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
But I'm also very drunk up on stage, so sometimes I just say stuff, and hell, man, sometimes it works. Like we were in Poland like 3 days ago. It worked like a charm.
Yeah.
It was so good. And then we were in Prague yesterday, and it did not work at all. So, you win some, you lose some.
What do you mean with it didn't work at all?
Man,
funny? That brings us to the next question.
Man, if you're any stand-up comedian in this Austrian listener show, if you tell a joke and nobody laughs, that's when it doesn't work.
Yeah. You didn't call me out to touch your penis, though. That I'm a little.
I was trying.
Yeah.
I was trying, but you weren't listening, man.
I'm a little sad about that. But
are you gonna review the show? That's what you were doing. You're like, oh, it's not as good as the last time.
I was like back then. I was standing there like all professional, like I'm here with the radio show. I'm gonna do an interview with that by April, headliners of the show and all that kind of stuff. And you really broke the barrier. And I was like, yeah, fuck it, man. They're really, really
2
good.
years later.
2 years later.
And we're gonna make sweet love.
On Pornhub next week.
See you.
So you guys are currently on tour promoting Superhuman, which came out in May, and since September too, you played 14 shows, only 2 days off. How you cope with that exhaustion? How you stay fit? Especially considering your pre-show routine. You said in an interview once you drink 4 beers before the show.
Probably the 4 beers are probably a little 4 vodka Red Bulls right at this moment. How we cope? We cope by sleeping. I mean, having a tour bus means a lot.
Yeah.
I've been traveling. I've been doing some tours in a Sprinter. Everybody who started a band will know that fucking thing with a 9-person band, and you sleep like this all night, motherfucker, and you're like, oh fuck, and then you get up and you're all fucked up. Also, we have a professional sound guy. We have professional ears. All that professional thing which we didn't have 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It all helps. So we cope with it with routine. It comes like, you try it again, and you know your limits. Like I know the certain amount of drunk I can get. I know the certain amount of crazy I can get now, and it works perfectly fine. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. You practice a lot. I talked to Children of Bodom once, and they are like drinking, I don't know, a bottle of vodka on stage. On stage, every concert.
Some people
and I was like to Alexi Laio, I said like, how? And he was like, practice a lot. And still playing that crazy solos on Hate Breeder and practice a lot.
We are nowhere near that. Mom, I swear to God, I don't drink that much. I'm not doing that. No, we're not there. We're pretty decent, pretty professional. We're also pretty old. Like we're 30, almost 30, most of us. So
that's not old. Don't hurt my feelings.
Yeah, but I'm over. I'm just trying to get myself down. So I guess there is some sense into it. But I have to say, being on this bus, being on this tour with these guys has been the most party we've ever been.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
nice to hear.
I love that. I love Dead Letter Circus. All shout outs to Dead Letter Circus. Not only for their music, because I'm a big fan, but also for being such perfect human beings. It's so beautiful to be on tour with people that you can relate to, that you like, and that are just genuinely nice guys. It's awesome.
That's the most important thing in a band and in a tour. Like
when you
people.
You can't see this because it's just this, but this is a very small room, and we have to be together for 3 weeks, and we're 16 people. Fuck off.
We can do like a
you
bus tour later or something like that.
We should do a bus tour.
Most embarrassing stage moment.
Oh fuck! I have to remember.
Let's jump right into it.
The most embarrassing thing I ever did. Fuck, I can't even remember. Well, the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to us. We were playing at a small show, a local show in Denmark, and the food we got was just soup. It was like a DIY place.
Yeah.
And we only got soup, but we got really, really drunk. And so the first fucking track we play, I will never forget this. Our bassist, who is not with us anymore, he was so drunk. He was playing and he just started headbanging like this.
Oh.
Back in the days, we were doing a little more heavy, a little more prog things. And he was doing like this. And then he just fucking fainted. So he fainted over the drum set. And the drum set got completely destroyed. And everything is like... And like people were like, oh my God, is he dying? And I'm looking back at him and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to jump him. So I jump on him and we just wrestle on the stage and everything is chaos and people paid money to get there. But at that point we were just started. We didn't think about that. It was all about the party. But today when I think about it, it was very embarrassing and very unprofessional and we should have gotten some fucking food.
In retrospective, it was a little unprofessional.
It was... You know, it's one of those moments.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, he fainted, and then he was laying there, and the drum set was broken, and everything was just wrong. It was terrible.
But probably also funny for a lot of.
I mean, funny
story,
story, but
part of the audience.
We've never been invited back. Let's just.
Okay. Let's put it that way. Speaking of the tour, I know that Joachim snores the loudest.
Wow.
But
such a good interviewer.
Yeah, who has the worst hygiene on tour?
Probably me. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't smell it yet.
Probably me. Yeah. I'm a mess. So we have this thing with Mark the bassist. He's a very clean guy.
Yeah.
He's very.
It's always the bassist.
Yeah,
it was the same with Dead by April.
He's so
They
boring.
said like Chris Westland. Now Marcus Westland.
Yeah.
That he spends like hours in the shower and he always smells.
No, so
like...
Mark is probably the cleanest guy in the band. He's really up. Like he's got his shit together. And the July tour, he was in the middle and Joachim was at the top, so he was snoring, and I was in the bottom and I was farting like my stomach. So you're like fart and snork hotel, bitch. So it was terrible.
He got the whole deal.
It was terrible. We were killing him. No, but I have the worst hygiene because basically I need very little to keep myself going. I just need a little bit clothes. I change my underpants a couple of times, and that's it. I don't.
At least turn around them.
Yeah, I'll turn them around, right? In the end.
Yeah, I mean that's the trick.
Much.
That's the trick. Man.
I don't need much. I think that's why I'm doing all this. Because this is like my dream. This is where I feel alive. This is where everything else, like the normal things of behaving, being this and that. Okay, I do behave, but this is where I feel alive. This is when I'm off to somewhere and there is no like this is what it's all about. To sing up on stage. So like clothes and image and ideas and whatever doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm the filthiest one. I have to admit.
Yeah, but a beautiful ending of that answer.
I always try to philosophize something corny. I'm sorry, Austria.
Let's talk your genre. I mean, you do. I read like soulcore, which is pretty accurate, I'd say. Soulcore, R&B core, yeah, somewhat like that.
Yeah.
And what was the first time you had the idea, or how did you have the idea to combine these two genres?
I truly believe that back in 2015 or 16, that we kind of found that formula.
Yeah.
Because my singing is a weird thing between Justin Timberlake and Michael Jackson and Johnny Craig and all those emos and
all those great singers, you could also
say.
Yeah,
for sure. But that's where we found it, and then we just And I did these lines. I did these melody lines. And normally we would say, "Oh fuck, that's pop music." But we went with it because we were both in love with pop music. And in 2016, that's where we wrote "Ablaze," which is by far soon to be overtaken, but it was our most streamed song. It's like 2.5 million streams, and we just did it because it felt like us. And that's a decisive moment in your band when you write that one song that will like pull out the road for the rest of the songs. And that's what "Ablaze" did for us. When we could see that people were like, I had a girl that I knew, Grace Tither. She's one of the best songwriters. Like, she writes songs for Craig David and stuff. And she started crying when she heard that song because it just hit her. Like, that's where I knew, like, okay, we're onto something now. So we've been doing that for 3 years now, and it's been working out really fine. We have fans in Vienna now. I would have never imagined we have fans in Vienna.
And I could sing along almost all the songs.
I saw that. You were trying to hit the high notes.
I'm not such a high tenor as you are, so it's pretty hard. Let's talk about stay with the album. How was the songwriting like? You said in an interview about Shameless, you said that you changed the approach to songwriting, less session based, more like really sitting down with your guitarist at the time.
Exactly. He's still there. He's just.
Okay.
He's just not touring because he hates traveling.
Right,
he hates traveling. No, but we continued that on Superhuman, just stripping it down, having 4 chords that work well together, and I sing, I improvise, and I get a melody. And when I get a melody, then we put it together with some guitars and drums and stuff, and put that on top. I seriously still believe that the best thing we could do for us is to strip down to just chords. And let me just sing the clear melodies that come to my head. And then afterwards, sit down with the lyrics and try and not overcomplicate things. Try to tell something that is close to my heart, but also very relatable. And we worked on that, and sometimes we just hit it in the fucking butt, and sometimes it doesn't work, but it's, it was a way different way of making albums. Like the first 3 albums, we would meet in the rehearsal room like every band, sit around the corner and just get agitated as fuck. Like, oh, fuck, I mean, he's just interested in getting his voice heard. He doesn't have anything to offer, blah, 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 blah. That's why members get kicked off the fucking ship, right? And we just stopped that because I love each and every guy in this band. And they accept and they respect and they understand how this band is going now. So that's the most important part. And Christian and Joachim and Mark, they all have their say. They all have their creative input into it.
When you like laid down the basics of the song, right?
Exactly. But being the guy that lays down the basic, that was not for them. And we figured that out, and we respected that, accepted that, and shook hands on that. And then make the whole process so much faster.
Yeah, that's true. And it works. And it works.
Democracy is the worst thing for a band. I swear.
Don't give the bassists a vote. They're in the shower anyway.
No, never the bassist. Never the bassist. Is there more beers here? I'm gonna check.
What I really, really quickly noticed that you have tons of, as a drummer, it's probably obvious, you have tons of cool rhythms. And as early as Breathe, See, Move, you had kind of chanty, little syncopated rhythms. Who do I have to thank for that? And I mean, chant wasn't a thing back then, so
but it's pretty much
kind of pioneers in that field.
I mean, pretty much in 2012, we were listening to all those bands like Sixth, Protest the Hero. We were listening to Dance Gavin Dance. We were listening to all those bands and trying to do what they do, but we're just not that good. I mean, honestly, we're just not that good musicians on the section of a rhythmical section or guitar section, but we were trying to incorporate those parts. And then, of course, what you do as a musician, you take those parts and then you try to make it your own, then you twist it in the way you would like to be recognized with your sound. And that's why we came up with that. we've always been influenced by metal and pop music. That's why people call us pop metal.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of bands are called pop metal, right? Like that Viper, for instance. They're
Yeah, for sure.
Probably
for
the
sure.
most pop metal band out there.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's probably another point that we could touch, like pop metal. Did you experience like also the bad sides, like the true metal? Bless you, man.
Fucking hell, what is in this fucking country? Sorry about that. One more time.
Yeah, like did you also experience backdraft from the true metal fans? Like, oh, this is, or did you ever find yourself between two seats, like too poppy for the true metal fans, but too metal for the pop fans?
That's why we never get festivals.
Yeah.
Like I think that's one of the main reasons that we don't get like big festival shows, because we're in between. And it's a good place and it's a bad place to be. It's a good place to be if you do a crossover thing. So like, oh, this is the new fucking shit.
Yeah.
We didn't do that, fortunately. But it's a bad place to be if like, so okay, you wanna play whatever Wacken or Metal Daze, you're way too soft. You wanna play Pukal Pop, or not Pukal Pop, that's a bad example. Roskilde in Denmark. Well, you're a bit too heavy, a bit too weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know that feeling way too well.
Yeah.
But I mean, does that matter in the end? The festival, yes, it matters in the point of an experience that you're gonna have. For me, it matters because I'm gonna have an experience of playing in front of a lot of people. But if you're in a festival and nobody digs your shit, then it doesn't matter. Then I'd rather play in a tech fest. I'd rather play at Euroblast, where people understand your music. It might only be 1,000 people, but it's still 1,000 peers that understand what the fuck you're trying to say. And
1,000 people is still a lot. There's still a bunch of people trying to fit them in, like, I don't know, a toilet.
Well, we're all in that rock and roll fucking, we're all trying to be fucking hip hop artists. Hip hop artists are the real rock stars right now, right? So we're all trying to be that. But basically, what we are right now, we're underground, and underground isn't that bad because it gives you the opportunity to evolve stuff, right? So, I mean, whatever. But yeah, we definitely feel the heat of being in between, and definitely feel the backlash of people, especially in our own home country, which is very traditional. Death metal is king.
Yeah, okay.
It's very difficult. But, if you keep going, and we've been going at this for 9 years now, and people slowly starting to accept that we're here, and we keep going, and we keep releasing records, and we keep doing good, and we keep traveling the world, and, so they kind of, well, I don't like it, but I really like their effort, and that's the best we can do, I think.
Yeah, let's stay with that topic. I love to talk scenes. How's the music scene in Denmark? I mean, I got the impression that there is a lot more metal in Scandinavia. I mean, everybody knows that, but in general, also in like public radio, like in the heavy rotation, there is metal, which is not the case in Austria. Not at all. Not at all.
Okay,
not at all.
The scene is thriving more than it's done for many years. There are some bands that are really, really making waves and doing their efforts to try and make it big. My favorite, it's very easy because I'm the manager, but Møl, which will fucking rule the world, I'm sure. There is Vola. Vola, and there are the guys from, there's a band in Denmark, there's a really, really hyped band in Denmark, they're called B.A.N.A.S. You should look out for them. That's death metal. Møl is shoegaze, black metal. Vola is progressive rock.
Vola.
Yeah, we should watch out for them as well. We also have the guys from Ghost Iris. We also have guys from Cabal. There are a lot of bands right now that are really, really fucking killing it. Maybe not on attendance. Like it's not like Vola can sell 500 tickets, but that's not all. I mean, their music is fantastic, and so is Cabal. So is Møl. There are some bands right now who write really good music.
Yeah, and yeah, you said that like you also love the underground scene, and this underground, especially I saw it like at local gigs, for example. Like the underground scene is really passionate. Like there are people coming from Russia, for example.
Yeah, there's
tonight.
a guy from Russia here today. That's crazy.
I was especially in prog metal also. Like I was at a prog metal show, and there was a guy from the US coming to see an Austrian prog metal band, which is crazy. Yeah, you said that you paid close attention to what fans wished for the record, and yeah, as a result of that, it's a little heavier probably, and more intense in the high singing. Yeah, what were your main sources of feedback? Like, did you send out demos and listen to that? No.
Yeah, man. I don't know what people did before Facebook and where you couldn't get responses, but we got a response. We got like people telling us like, I really like this part. I like when you do this, and also we have numbers we can see.
Yeah.
So we analyzed. I don't want to be Nickelback. I don't want to tell like, so this worked, so we're gonna do that 10 times. That's not what we did. But we did listen and said, okay, this is the way for us. Let's go a bit this way. With Superhuman, we did that, but I'm pretty sure on the next album we're gonna do something completely else. We're gonna put some fucking synths in it. We're gonna make it more simple. We're gonna just simple but heavier, and keep the good choruses, but really hit people in the nuts. That's like, I think that's what we're going for, and I think we're gonna start writing the new record in the beginning of 2020. So.
Okay, so. Something to look forward to.
Yes.
Because the record is, probably one criticism would be that it's a bit short.
It is.
It's a bit short, so
it is.
Looking forward to that.
We wrote the record in 13 days.
Yeah, okay. So that's why, bro.
Yeah. We were like, let's just do this right now.
Okay.
So 13 days, we wrote the whole fucking thing. We recorded the whole fucking thing. We did everything.
Were you on a tight schedule or anything?
No. We were just like, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that's also something you can, our dear listeners, you can see that a good record can be written in 2 weeks time.
You just need to focus.
Yeah.
Stop your job, stop your day job, focus on writing music. That's what we did.
The 2 songs that probably resonate the most with me are Animals and Unified.
Okay.
What's the story? You can tell something about the story behind those songs.
Oh, it's funny because those are the ones that are political.
Probably that's why.
Yeah. Well, back in the day, I was a more political guy, but I kind of learned that the thing you should not do is kick people in the head with what you think is right.
Yeah.
Because people tend to be, just like vegans when they go all. If you,
by the way, I'm vegan.
Yeah, no problem. But if a vegan says,
no, I'm not. I mean,
okay. But it's like, but you know what I mean. But it's like if a vegan person says like, okay, you're not a feminist if you eat meat because the uterus gets exploited by milk, then we're getting out of hand.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same here because I don't want to punch people in the head with my opinions. People should form their own life. So I've been backing off the political stuff. What I wanted to do was tell a bit of my backstory with the Bosnian War and what I've been through and traveling as a refugee to Denmark. That's what Unified is about. And Animals was just written because it was an anniversary of Srebrenica, and that's part of my history. And I just wanted to give it some attention, without being, I end up being a bit condescending, but that's because they were war criminals, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah. Hey, but pretty. That's what I wanted to talk about the faith in humanity, probably, because they're pretty dark, considering the other songs of the album, which are
it's about love and shit. Yeah. I get it.
But that's cool. That's cool.
I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. I believe in humanity. I do.
Okay, that's cool.
But sometimes, come in a dark place.
Yeah. Everybody has that dark place.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Coming back to something more pleasant, probably, you have your own label management.
Yes, sir.
Is it necessary to put in a lot of work yourself as a band, or how much do you have to DIY as a band to be able to make a living of music?
As a band, no matter what label you are at, no matter what manager you're at, no matter what booking agent you have, you always have to be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
So learn yourself stuff. Don't let anybody tell you, like, you can't get advice, but always be the smartest person in the room. And how do you get to be the smartest person in the room? Fucking just go out to shows, ask people, get information, ask loads of people, well, how do you do it? Why do you do it? You'll be surprised how many people would like to share stuff when they got a drink. So learn. And when you're the smartest person in the room, you will not get fucked. That's
true. That's true.
That's the main fucking thing.
That's also what Pontus said, right? From that Viper. He said that a lot of young bands think badly about labels, but they aren't. They have the financial powers to bring you to places you couldn't be without them. But you always have to control your channels and your message and everything yourself.
Sure thing. Don't give up. Don't give up any. Don't believe in the dream too much. Believe that it's work. That's like, it's work. This is work. Keep that in mind. I know this is your dream, but this is work. And if you keep it like that and like a product, you might come a long way.
Well, we made the second page, man.
Awesome.
It's something completely different. You said you're into TV shows. What's your favorite TV show?
Succession right now.
Succession, okay.
Yeah, HBO Nordic. Succession is the best show. It's just so fucking funny. I think it's loosely around Rupert Murdoch's family. Okay. It's based on that. But it's just so well written. It's so funny, and I love that show.
I haven't checked it out yet. I have to.
Succession. Anybody who hasn't checked Succession, you should do it.
Okay, for one. And you don't like influencers, you said in an interview. Influencers. Why is that? Like you said, there is enough. It's just like those people. When you have a company and you buy in, like, you're trying to buy in knowledge from consultant firms. I feel influencers are the new fucking, because it's just empty calories and it's just like. It's just a load of nothing. It's just a load of nothing. And what's their talent? It's a load of nothing. It's probably good looking, probably been in a reality show. I wouldn't condemn them people. Plastic surgery.
Probably. I wouldn't condemn people being in a show, because I've done a reality show myself. I've been singing in a reality show and stuff like that. That's not what I'm about.
Elaborate?
Yeah, I've been Idols?
Yeah?
Yeah, I came second in the Danish version, yeah. So, but I was like 16 years, but I didn't influence people. I'm not trying to influence. Don't fucking try to influence people as a person. Let people be people and make up their own mind.
In a way, you have to fill the same channels as influencers, though, as a band. I mean, you have to put up your Instagram story before and after the gig. You have to do shout-outs and that kind of stuff. So you can't really get around it totally, right?
Please just love me for the music. Just love me for the music. Don't love me for my life. Don't love me for what I say. Just like the music. Don't fucking wear the same clothes I wear. Don't fucking buy the stuff that I buy. Just love the music. Just if you like the music, that's all I need.
Only the Vola shirt. They could
you
certainly
could buy
get
a
that
Vola
one.
shirt. That's fine. That's fine. You will be supporting a good band. But follow me if you like the music. Don't follow me if you think I have proper style, which I'm pretty sure people don't think.
Or a huge penis? Probably.
I'm pretty sure I don't have that either. I'm sorry.
We'll see about that in the bus tour later.
Oh my god, you brought in the penis. I'm dying. Oh, fuck off. He's fucking killing me.
Talking about the digital world, last question about that one. Did any of your albums leak? I mean, you certainly did.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah. So you're cool with that?
Totally. I mean,
File sharing and that kind of stuff.
If somebody wants to leak our album, that means that somebody is so excited about our music that he needs to leak it. And that's probably like a way of telling everybody, like, you made it. when it's a thing that your album is leaked. Man, just remember this: album sales, digital sales, whatever sales, unless you make it onto the 50 million, it doesn't matter. It's not about that. It's touring, it's the merch sales, it's the people coming to the shows. That's where you make your money. And that's just how it is right now. Until streaming really picks up, and it will do that in 5 years, I think.
It really, but you don't get a lot out of it, right? From streaming.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Like, you can do like 1 million streams. What's that? That's probably like 3,000 or 4,000 euros.
Yeah.
Not bad. I mean, before 1 million streams were digitally and illegal, and I didn't get any money of that.
That's true. That's totally true.
Yeah.
Last question before the really funny part. Or
I'm also I'm fucking really thirsty. I need some alcohol. It's gonna be good.
You have like your voice really stands out in Siamese.
Thank you.
Congratulations for that again. What's the background of your music education? You said once that your first music teacher really inspired you, but after that, like, did you take a lot of singing lessons, or were you educated at a music school? Or?
It's funny because I was at this program called IELTS. It was a reality program, singing contest, and I got actually vocal training every day for 3 months. That's where it started.
Really cool.
That's where it started. I was 16. So that was the perfect moment. I just evolved. And then I just kept going to some schools and blah, blah, blah. But most of it was self-taught and just believing that you can do it. A lot of singing comes from confidence. And if you're confident enough that you can learn stuff, you will learn stuff. And so I did. I kept going. And here we are.
But still, it's a lot of technique, right? And I definitely have to say you're really a singer that delivers, man. Like,
thanks a lot.
You hit the notes, you hit the high notes, you hit everything. And there are tons of singers also in really big bands that don't.
No, are you kidding?
Yeah, they are.
No way.
No.
Yes, I know. And it's amazing. It's amazing how that can be done. And I've seen it. And we've seen it. Everybody's seen it. And we're not mentioning names, but it's
no names here.
But you know, the funny thing about music is, and I'm not saying that I'm one of them, but sometimes the most talented people, they never get discovered.
Yeah.
Because they're way too talented. Sometimes it's all about writing into a good song, but also into people's emotions. And a really good musician, sometimes he doesn't know how to do that.
That's true. That's
because
really
he's not human, he's a musician.
Yeah, a lot of the really good musicians lack social skills, for example.
Yes.
And that's like...
Have you met our violinist, Christian? Okay, you should meet him.
But he's so kind. He's kind. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
No social... I'm kidding. Oh, sorry, Christian. I'm sorry.
Hello. So, funny part. A couple of quick ones. Chocolate or crisps or chips?
Chocolate, always.
Obi-Wan or Master Yoda?
Master Yoda, any day.
Ariana Grande?
Ariana Grande. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who's the next one.
Bieber would be the other one.
Ariana, any day.
And if the other one would be Justin Bieber?
Ariana
Justin
is God.
Timberlake, sorry. Okay.
Ariana is God.
Hipster or emo?
Emo forever. Of course.
That's great. Bus or train?
I hate public transportation. Bus, because they have aircon.
Yeah, and they are a lot cheaper, at least.
Exactly.
You certainly also have.
Exactly, we do. Bus. We're in a bus.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson. Fuck Prince.
Although he's a alleged pedophile.
Shut up.
Okay.
We're not talking about that.
On tour or in the studio?
On tour.
So, and we're only two, so describe your bandmates with one word. Everyone.
Animals.
Yeah, cool.
So each one of them?
Yeah.
Okay, the weird snail. Say hello to the camera.
Hello, Cam.
Good down there, man. So this is...
Again, into the mic.
This is Christian from Siamese. Hello.
This is getting a weird, this interview. So this is a gazelle. Christian is a gazelle.
Giselle.
Okay.
Not Giselle Bundchen, just the gazelle. And Mark is a zebra.
Okay.
Joachim is a rhinoceros.
Okay.
And Christian Stilling, he is what is he? He's a snail.
Oh, yeah, but that's
He's
a cruel
very
animal, right? Snail. Or
snail is not. That's a nice snail. Snails are nice.
beautiful snail.
Yeah, I love snail. Not snake. Snail.
Ah, snail.
Oh Jesus Christ, Christian, you're not a snake. You're a snail. All right.
Yes, yeah, okay.
And Andreas,
so he's a little slow. Yeah.
Andreas is a boar.
5 things I always ask the band from abroad. 5 things or you associate with Austria.
Jörg Haider.
Jörg Haider, great one.
Alaba, the football player. Vienna. I'm gonna name my first child Vienna because I think the name is very beautiful. What else do I have about Austria? Why are you going away? Tony Polster.
Yeah, great one.
Yeah, I know. I'm a football fan. And finally, Salzburg, Red Bull Salzburg.
Favorite football club in Austria?
No. I hate Red Bull.
Do you know Austrian ice hockey?
No.
We're great in ice hockey.
You are? Yeah. Sorry about that.
And last but not least, your main advice for young musicians. We have a lot of musicians probably, certainly listening to this, probably also watching this.
Hopefully. Main advice. Do not think it's easy at all. Keep going. Be prepared to live a hard life.
Yeah.
And keep going, for God's sakes. Don't give up. I've been doing this for 10 years and I'm not halfway there. I have 10 more years before I don't have to talk to this motherfucker and do like big interviews. And you know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is gonna bite me in the ass.
With 6 cameras. And,
yeah, what the fuck?
And a beautiful blonde. I mean, I'm blonde.
I was
not
so
that
hoping
ugly.
you were blonde.
Yeah.
For those about to rock, this has been great. I'm so sorry about everything I've said that might have offended someone. I take it all back. Thank you so much. Fuck off now. Bye-bye.
Thanks for the talk, man. Thanks.
Thank you. Hey, this is me. I'm Mirza from... This is me. Is it joke time?
It's joke time. Joke, yeah.
Hello.
The one with J.
Hello, Hello Austria. This is gonna get inappropriate. Pretty in fucking inappropriate. We were talking about Jörg Haider just before. I swear, maybe we will pick him up again.
It's so fucking funny that you know Jörg Haider.
Of course I know. I follow politics. I have to, man. I'm behind from the start. I'm a refugee.
Do you know Sebastian?
Nein. I know some Austrian football players. Alaba and it was Freddy Bobic. No, he was German. Freddy Bobic.
You probably know Arnautovic.
Arnautovic. Yeah. That motherfucker. yeah. He's a Bosnian, of course.
Yeah, I know, yeah.